And hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting Vobes One-Eyed Kenobi Shobi with the lovely Julia.
And the lovely Richard.
That's you.
That's you.
Oh, yes, that's right. And it's the 19th of October 2020 and Christmas is only round the corner. Have you got your confetti handy? For we are at the horse races. Maybe not. Welcome to another end of the week. Well, it feels like the end of the week, but actually it's only the beginning of the week. It's a Monday.
It's very much a Monday.
It's a Monday. Has it been a mundane?
It's been a mundane Monday.
Has it been a mundane Monday for you out there in Mungo Jungo Land? Let's find out who's out there. Anybody out there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who? Who? But who, lovely Julia?
But who? Let's
To whom does the bell strike?
We have all of these lovely people.
Oh, yes.
Kerry Baldwin.
Yeah. Oh, hello,
Judith.
Ah, Judith.
Mark Donny McLeod.
Marky boy.
Andy Dalglish.
Oh, good old Andy, like him.
Ernie Samat.
Yes, Ernie down there in Devon.
Nigel Sadler.
Nigel, he's been out with a Q.
Mickey Baines.
Oh,
he has, hasn't he?
He has, actually. Nicky Baines. Hello, matey.
Mickey, but
That's what I said, but I
thought you
put
said
an N in.
Nicky.
Yes, I did put an N in there. It was a slip of the tongue.
Glastonbury Gabriel.
Oh, I don't know who the hell that is. Who is he?
We've got Darren Howell.
Ah, Darren.
We've got Elijah Hartley.
Elijah. Hello, Elijah. Hello, mate. How are you?
Julia M.
Ah, Julia, eh?
Who says hello everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Andrew Norris. What ho Vobes? Hi again, Nigel, he says.
What ho, Nigel? Vobesters. What?
What?
Yes.
We have Candice B.
Ah, Candice B.
Peter Lowry. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Ron Langley.
Yes, good old Ron.
Clive Waterfall.
Ah,
Standing
Clive.
by.
Standing by. Oh, Clive Waterfall's standing by?
Yes.
Oh, good. As long as he's not standing under.
Yes.
Then that'd be all right.
Be a bit wet.
Yeah.
Bit wet.
Dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-doo-doo.
Tracy Murphy.
Hello, Tracy.
We've said no, Nigel Sadler.
Yeah, we said Nigel Sadler. Dylan.
Yes, of course we did. And we have Andrew Murphy.
Yes, Andrew Murphy.
And Connor's Dark Corner.
Oh, yes, get a light. Shine it on.
We have Robert Croser.
Good old Robert Croser from up there in Cumbria. Who's got competition with Richard and Annis.
Elaine Whitelock.
Ah, Elaine Whitelock, how are you?
Mm-hmm. Glyn Horton.
Glenn Horton. It's a good job we don't have thousands of people, otherwise we'd be here all day.
Yeah, and you do make this last a lot longer.
So sorry, go on.
Wilf Meyer.
Hello, Wilf.
Rick M.
Hey, Ricky boy.
Joseph Suter.
Joseph.
Josephine.
Hello, Joseph
Sorry,
Suter.
lady.
Change sex again, hey? Must be a butcher's daughter.
It's me and my mother's brain on a Monday.
Yeah, Josephine, nice to see you. Thanks for coming.
Linda Kane.
Hey, Linda Kane, who I had a cup of coffee with this morning. Ah, it's so nice. How's
Why'd
it
you go
going?
Italian?
I don't know. It was Italian coffee.
Anyway.
Could have been.
And we have Audrey Forbes Hamilton.
Oh,
I've just
yes.
spilled my tea. And Sean James Cameron just nips in
Audrey
at the end
and
there.
Sean. Lovely couple they make, indeed. Anyway, welcome along. Anybody else who we haven't mentioned, we do apologise, but do send a letter of protest and stick it on the most nearest post office you can find.
On the most nearest.
On the most nearest, which is ever the nearer, the further, the nearer you go. We've got some videos in today's show, of course, and tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Julia and I are celebrating. Yes.
What are we celebrating?
We are celebrating the fact that we had a lovely lunch earlier today, because you happened to be coming into Worthing, and you popped in. I said, have lunch, and so we would decided.
So I made it.
And so you made it. Yeah, you did actually help. You did all the work.
You purchased the food.
I purchased the food and you ate it.
Very kind.
And cooked it.
Yeah, you ate it too.
And you even nearly washed it up. But anyway, we're celebrating. We're celebrating the fact that we thought, why don't we have a bottle of something? So we got a bottle of something, and it was, off the shelf. I said, I'll just shove it in the freezer for a couple of minutes. It'll be all right. Then we completely forgot about it. Then about half an hour ago, just before the show started, my son, Billy, was rummaging in the freezer, and he went, oh, what's this? And I went, oh my giddy. So since lunchtime, our celebratory drink, which wasn't really a celebratory drink, it was just a drink we were going to have with lunch, has got a slightly...
Frozen.
Yes, it is frozen, ladies and gentlemen. But tell the lovely viewer what the drink is that we had intended to drink.
Fentimans Botanically Brewed Natural Rose Lemonade.
Oh, how do they do the botanically brewing? How do they botanically brew it? pass? Do they pass it? All the waters
Does
pass by the
anyone
moment.
have this answer?
Yes, I mean, I know.
Linda
it's-
Kane, she'll probably know.
Yeah, Linda Kane knows
She'll find
everything
answer.
because I had coffee with Linda
We have
Kane.
the lovely Mike Stevens here with us and Kerry Baldwin.
Oh, Mike and Kerry.
Kate Evans.
Good game, good game, good game. And Kate Evans, excellent. Lovely to see you. Thank you very much for passing by.
Cheers, everyone.
Yeah, so we are going to... Well, we can't actually open this at the moment. As you can see, it's frosted.
Oh, there's some liquid in there now.
Yeah, there is.
See, there's bubbles going up.
So we're hoping that during the show it will thaw like the god, and we'll be able to scratch our chin and stroke our noses and see if and brush our hair.
I was stroking my
and
nose.
tickle our earlobes, and maybe get a drink out of it by the end of the show.
It says serve chilled. I think you went a bit OTT putting it in the freezer.
Oh look!
Told ya.
Yeah, there's some
Liquid
bubbles
in
in
there.
there. Liquid, ladies and gentlemen, liquid nitrogen.
Get some more liquid up there and
So-
get that to defrost.
Now, this week, ladies and gentlemen, slight thing. I must make this announcement very early in the show, so everybody knows and is clear. Okay? We're all going to die. No, that wasn't it.
Yeah, eventually.
Yes, of course, we're all going to die eventually, but not yet. Wednesday there will not be a show.
Wow.
I don't care.
That was
I can't
pathetic.
carry
Wah, wah, wah.
There's no show, Julie. There's no show on Wednesday.
I don't know how anyone's going to survive for that.
How we go? I can't.
You almost showed off my handiwork then.
Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the great reveal. Whilst I was sitting here prepping the show, somebody was painting on the back of my
I've
head.
been trying to practice this for a while.
That is on the back of my head, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that.
Messed up over this side because he moved.
There he is. Do we know what it is? Can you see
Going
what
to
it is
tell
yet?
what it... Oh, no, I can't quote him anymore.
No, that's true. You can't quote him, otherwise you'll be in prison.
It's not focusing. There we go.
Oh, there we are. Yeah, the second camera in here is not as good as the
Anyway.
first. Anyway, there we are. Look.
Now have a look at paintings.
It's all very exciting. Yes, that is the Bald Explorer on the Bald Explorer. It's quite bizarre, isn't it? And yet this is the Vobes show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the thing that... Well, you've got the Bold Explorer sign up there.
Yeah, and yeah. Oh, that's true. Yes, it fell on my head, dunk, and it burnt. I'm branded. I've been branded. Oh,
I forgot the eyeballs in the middle.
oh yes, there's always eyeballs.
Yeah,
Eyes.
the pupils. In
Yes,
the
the
middle.
pupils in the eyeballs. Yes. Anyway, not to worry. Now, yes, no show on Wednesday. No show on Wednesday. Cry, cry, cry. Oh, I've done all that. Yeah, that's because the lovely Mr. Suggett. Is Mr. Suggett out there?
I haven't seen him pop up yet.
No, what a swine. I supported his show. He's jolly well supposed to be Oh, he's coming with me. Oh, yes. He and I are going...
Ungrateful.
I know, very ungrateful. I'll throttle him next time I see him. He and I are going somewhere to maybe to buy a van. We're certainly going to look at a van and go, oh, look, it's a van. It's got wheels and a steering wheel and a roof. And if it is exactly what I want... then the bank has been instructed to send over 10 shillings and threepence halfpenny and a little bit more. And then I will be the proud owner of a van, which no doubt will get vandalised the minute I get and park it in the bay outside the back of my house. But that's another story for another day. What were you doing with that? Were you bashing me on the head?
No, I was just holding it upright.
I think I would have felt it if you'd been bashing me on the
I
head.
think you would have noticed a big, cold glass bottle smacking your head.
I don't want it. I don't want it. So that's Wednesday's
Yep.
show. Now, I want to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you this question. I'm going to ask you it now. Have you put something in the freezer and forgotten about it? And what was the worst thing that happened? Or the most funniest? We want some stories from you, ladies and gentlemen. Your participation is what this show is all about. So if you stuck something in the freezer or did you put something in the oven and forget about it?
I did that recently. What did I do?
What did you do?
Can't remember what it is I put in the oven.
You see, with my Essie, I can put stuff in the oven, and often my kids do this. They put stuff in the oven. Close the door. You can't smell if it's burning because the smoke goes up the chimney. So you never know. You never know. And I've done that with a loaf of bread. I think people witnessed what came out, a little black charred lump, and I did try to eat it. And Billy's done it numerous times with pizzas and things, and he's gone in and he's completely forgotten. I did it with some sausages. I completely forgot for about 2 days, and then went, oh Christ, crikey, even. I had some sausages, and I've got in there,
Crikey!
and there's just this line. If you can imagine, I'm sure all of you, sniff your cocaine and everything. Well, if you can imagine black versions of that, 2 lines of black cocaine, that's what the sausages were. That's not racist. They were just charcoal.
Your brain is fascinating.
It is fascinating. I shall map it out one day.
Mike Stevens says, I froze some cheese because it was soggy, and now it's a brick.
Ah, yes. Can you what happens if you defrost cheese? Will it go back to its, normal state? Is there
I can't imagine it would, but
is there
someone
something?
might know different.
Yeah. Does anybody know?
Different.
Is there something that if you freeze it, it never returns to what it was?
What about shoes in the freezer? Dawn Copping has put shoes in the freezer.
Oh my goody aunt.
I know. Back in my parents' house when I lived there many moons ago, we misplaced one of the landline handsets. I think we had 2 at the time.
The telephone.
Yep, landline telephone.
And you didn't find them in the fridge.
We found it in the
fridge. The freezer.
Was it the fridge or the freezer? One of the 2.
Well, either way,
close enough.
Inappropriate place.
It was in a place it wasn't supposed to be.
Talk about cold calling.
Yes, badum-tish.
Oh, we got there. We got a joke in, ladies. Did you just badum-tish?
I thought that would slid one over. Slid one over your head.
Nearly got past me there. So have you done that? Any more interesting comments about that? I melted a plastic plate in the oven. Oh.
I melted a plastic measuring jug this evening.
This evening?
Yeah.
Not in my house, did
No,
you?
not in your house.
Oh, thank you.
No, I haven't melted it to the Essie.
No.
No, I melted it to my hobs instead.
Oh, that is
like
it's so annoying, isn't it, when you melt plastic on a hob or in the thing, something like that.
I mean, it isn't completely destroyed, but it now sits at a slight angle.
Yes. I imagine in my Essie you could forget about that and the jug just slowly goes down like this and you end up with this black pool. I wonder if that's how black pool got its name.
Gosh, here we go. Cheese freezes well, as does milk, says Linda Kane.
Milk?
Yeah. Mark Donny McLeod says, I freeze milk too, and egg whites. I was trying to work out what 3GG was for a second then.
Egg white?
Yeah.
You see, I've made, in the past actually, I have made milk lolly sticks. Sticks of, what do you call them? Lollies. Lollies. Yeah. I've made milk lollies.
Ice lolly.
Ice lolly, yes, there we are, out of milk. So I have done that before. But imagine doing that with an egg white and getting confused which one's which. And you're sitting there going, this is very odd. And it turns out that it's a thawing raw egg white. Ooh, God, that makes me feel very creepy.
Mark Donny McLeod has frozen his assets before by putting his wallet in the freezer.
Oh, yes. I wondered what assets you were going to refer to at that point. People can have all sorts of assets, by the way, just so you know. Penguin. Has anyone put a penguin in the freezer? Because they like cold places.
Pick up
No, as in a real penguin.
I don't suppose many people have a
No, because that's if you had a penguin, you could keep it as a pet in the freezer, couldn't you? Be perpetually dark, which would be a shame. But
Poor penguins.
Yes, it wouldn't get a tan, though.
Save the penguins. Leave them in the wild.
Leave the light on. That's what I would do. Yes, marvellous. Cheese. Oh, yes, you've said that. My mum, says John F., left a rice pudding in the Rayburn for days. Oh, my goodness.
That's going to do it.
Yeah.
Fragrant.
Was that a bit of rubbery when it came out? Or again, very black. Result, burnt saucepan, says Linda Kane. What was Linda Kane's? What she put in the burnt thing?
I'm looking for it.
Yeah, she's looking for it. She can't
I'm looking for it. No.
Arworth. Is that right? Arworth put some cans and bottles of low alcohol into my niece's freezer at a family party and went home and forgot the remainder was still there and the cans burst and the bottles exploded.
Oh no.
That is awful. I did think that this was going to shatter, that it would shatter the bottle because of course water expands.
Yeah.
Oh, that's getting quite nice.
Yeah. I did spot it. Andy
Dalgleish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy Dalgleish left.
If you have any trouble with the names, just let me know. I'll help you out.
Yes, thank you.
Pleasure.
This feels wrong. Andy Dalgleish says left a bottle. Left a polystyrene base on a pizza once in the oven. Far from ideal. And Linda said, been there, done that.
Yes.
Who hasn't, I wonder?
Yes, that's right. It's very easy to stick in that little bit of polystyrene and have a nice little coating of plastic underneath your pizza.
Oh, Josephine Suter is a genius.
Oh yes,
She put towels in the freezer when we had that heat wave.
Oh right.
Not just a pretty face, are you?
And what? And then what? Brought them out, and when you got out the bath, wrap them around you.
Yeah, when you get too hot, just
Yeah, good idea.
stick a cold freezing
Were they
towel.
damp? Did you like moisten the towels first, or just put them in as they are?
Well, if you put them in dry, then they'll be more flexible. You can put them around. But if you get it wet first, then you kind of have to defrost the thing, and that's kind of pointless.
It's like cardboard then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine wrapping cold cardboard around you.
Yeah.
Quite tasty.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. It was black, says John F. Oh, what the whatever it was he just shoved in, the rice pudding. Yes, black rice pudding with all those little humps in it would have been. It's like some sort of moonscape. Moonscape. You know, like the moon with the mounds and things. You could imagine the clangers eating it, which would be very good. Have you been on it already, CDC?
The vodka.
Oh, the vodka. What's that? Who's put vodka in the freezer? Does that vodka isn't supposed to freeze, is it?
No.
No.
Well,
I mean, it will do a bit, won't it?
yeah.
If you put champagne in the freezer for 30 minutes and then imbibe, it tastes delicious, says somebody who knows, Mike Stevens. That sounds very good.
Mark Donny McLeod says, when I used to drink, I got fizzed and then nearly burnt the house down trying to dry docks. Oh, dock leaves?
Docks? Not the doctor. Not the GP.
No.
You can get the GP.
D-O-C-K-S.
D-O-C-K-S. D-O-C-K-S. D-O-C-K-S. Oh, yes, docks.
Mark Donny McLeod says, dyslexic fingers. Yeah, I have those.
Oh, socks. He meant socks.
Socks!
Yes, not docks.
That
What are you talking about?
that
See,
makes
I
a lot
told
more
you, if you
sense.
need any assistance. Do you want to borrow these sometime?
Yeah, I think...
I got a spare eye should you need it.
Did the brain cell I share with my mother accidentally get intercepted by you?
You said, yes.
It's not fair.
No, I'm so soggy.
I need that brain
At
cell.
Home with Mindy says, vodka, that one of the teens watered down. That one of the if you watered vodka down, then yes, you're going to have severe problems. You could have vodka cubes, wouldn't you, in the icebox?
Yeah.
I think it's time, ladies and gentlemen, to put on our first video of the night. Yes.
Who have we got to that?
Well, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, let's find out who we've actually got on in the video box, shall we? Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, in the video box, we have Mike Dixon.
Ooh, and Bella.
And Bella. We have Gabriel from
Glastonbury.
We have the Andrew
Norris. Murphy.
Moment. The Andrew Norris moment.
Wait.
We have...
Oh, yeah. Andrew
There's
Norris
the moment of
and
Murphy and the Andrew Norris moment.
They need to be so different.
I know they need to be different, but it just came out that way. I can't help that. We have Richard McGowan.
Hey.
Hey,
I had to think about that.
Yeah, Richard
oh,
McGowan.
yes.
And Peter...
Lowry. And he said Dowry. Lowry.
Yes.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. And thank you so much, Peter. Can I just say thank you so much, Peter, for your very generous donation. He sent in £250,000. He says he's got rid of all of his children and everybody else, raged them, sold them off, and sent them in. No, he sent a slightly smaller donation than the 250,000.
But thank you very much.
But thank you very much. We will be spending that very wisely.
It's a royal we again. That royal we
Yes, I
confuses
know.
lots of people.
Yes, I know. But we reap the benefits. Look, we had a bottle of thing on that. Oh, actually, you bought that.
Yeah. You keep thinking I'm going to hit you with it. Why do you think I'm violent?
I don't think you're violent. I have experienced it. Now, so let's go to, first of all, Mike Dixon and Bella have gone to a place where we were only the other day, and tomorrow we will be filming very close to it. Any idea where that is?
No, I was reading comment.
Good. Here he is.
Wonderful.
Mike Dixon.
Hello, Vobesters. It's Mike Dixon and Bella. And this morning we're down at the Lady B Marina in Southwick. And I thought I'd just share this with you. Not seen this before. They built these new pontoons. I'm up and about again because my fractured foot is definitely on the mend, taking it steady. So we're just taking Bella for short walks, were places that she can go and sniff and explore. But my foot is on the mend, which is excellent news. But yeah, I've not seen this. They're revamping the whole of the kind of marina down here at Lady B Shoreham Harbour. There's a boat going through the lock in the distance there. If I zoom in a little bit, you can see it. I think it's one of the gravel diggers. They go off round the Isle of Wight, I believe, and collect gravel. It washes it, and then they bring it back to the harbour. It's sold. Easy as that. But yeah, this is much bigger marina, new facilities, and there's the original marina, which you can see in the distance. That one has been extended further along the basin here at Shoreham, but yes, they've been busy, I can see, during lockdown, having built all these facilities. Unfortunately, the one further up has all got, it's kind of interrupted the flow of the water. So you got a whole load of green kind of algae that's clogging up the waterway. I suppose it's a bit like life. You solve one problem, create another. But this will definitely, I'm sure, create more berths here along the Lady B. There is the Newport Arms pub, which is, I think it's closed at the moment because of the coronavirus, or at least on reduced hours. But it's quite pretty down here. It's nice to see all the water and the life going on around Shoreham Harbour, and we enjoy watching the ships going through the locks. And in the distance there you can see one of two of the wind generators. I believe they produce enough electricity to literally run the lock gates and not taking any energy from the national grid. So that's a very useful, sustainable form of energy. Anyway, just thought I'd share it with you. I'll pass you back to Richard. Take care. Bye.
Fantastic. How about that? Superb. And I noticed that it wasn't really doing the off the power grid today, or rather the thing wasn't, the propeller wasn't going
today,
no wind.
Was it?
But yeah, no, that's very exciting. Yeah, no, that's very exciting. Good to see that. And we were just discussing when that was playing how I managed to always win at chess. Oh no, we weren't discussing that because we don't play chess. We were discussing where we were when we filmed down by the Lighthouse, which will be a film coming up on Wednesday.
I was going to say they haven't seen that yet.
No, they haven't seen it. It'll be a film coming out on Wednesday, which will be a nice film, and because you're in it. Yeah.
And you're in it.
Well, I'm in it. Yeah, I tend to be in most of them, I think.
So what were you saying about?
Yeah, well, we were trying to work out where we were in relation to the power station.
That's right.
And where Mike...
Eastwards a little bit.
Yeah, we were a bit to the never eat shrinking wheat.
Westwards, I meant.
Yeah, the westwards.
Westwards.
Yeah, we were west of it, west ho. Anyway, that's nearly melted. But before we get to that, we will open up the phone lines in a minute. But here's the next question. Anybody had a wardrobe malfunction? Have you accidentally put on a skirt instead of a pair of trousers? Did you pick up the wrong hat? Have you, instead of putting on one of these wonderful muzzles that you can buy, have you put on instead some French knickers? We want to know if you have done a little faux pas with your clothing. Have you put on clothes that have got holes in the inappropriate places and little dangly things have been dingling out? Tell us all about it. Embarrass us. Better than that, send pictures. That's what we'd like. I'm trying to think. I mean, I've gone out with clothes which have had bad streaks on them that I didn't notice, you know, where it washed.
I thought you were going to say bobbles then.
Well, all my jumpers eventually end up with bobbles. I'd like to know if you can do something about stopping bobbles. Christmas time you get baubles, but that's a different thing.
I'm sure there's this little device, handheld device, that it's got like a plastic container bit and a metal, almost like a grater bit, and that you just rub it along and it takes off.
Cuts
Yeah.
them, just sort of slices them off.
Yeah.
And how come some jumpers don't bobble and other jumpers do bobble?
I think it's the tighter knit of ones like this.
Ah, right.
Machine made, less likely to bobble.
Well, the phone line is now open, 07934744679. No, the sweepstake is on. Who is going to be the first to...
I should have put a bet on that.
Yeah.
Nigel Sadler says, I've gone to work in odd shoes.
Ah!
And
odd
I
shoes.
said that one would come
How
up,
would you
didn't I?
notice... Now, that does strike me as being odd. I mean, strange. How would you not notice odd shoes? I mean, how noticeably odd?
Because you can have a couple of pairs of the same shoe, just different colours.
Yes, but that's what I mean. Would you, now that I mean the fact that they're different colours.
No. I'm doing it like you now.
Doing it like the Vobes.
Because
doing it like the Vobes.
you just slip your shoes on in the semi-dark in the morning.
Oh yes, in the semi-dark.
And then it's not until you get up for your lunch at lunchtime. Funny enough.
Yeah.
And
Is that the time that you eat?
And as you drag your chair back, you're like, God, what? I've got all day like this. What? Nobody said anything.
Ed Wold. What has Ed Wold
She says
done?
almost from experience.
I went to a clothes shop and tried on a lovely coat once, then looking up and realised it was in the ladies' department of the store and the attendants were staring at me. Oh, I say, nice. I've not done that as such. I thought you were going to say I tried a coat on and then I was ruffling around with everything else and just promptly walked out by mistake. Josephine Suter, what's she saying?
I've put 2 pairs of trousers on by accident in the dark early in the morning.
2 pairs?
I often wear 2 pairs of trousers in the dark. In the winter.
I wear 2 pairs of trousers in the day and 3 at night. I'm weird. But
Jeff Kellison says, I'm colourblind.
Oh, Jeff.
And am often told stuff doesn't match. Different colour Crocs, etc.
Now that is interesting, Jeff. Now that is very interesting you say that, because that must be a problem. If you're colourblind and you really honestly can't tell, it's like, understand completely blind people will have some sort of system. And I wonder if you're colourblind, do you have a bit of a system that tells you which socks go together or which, garments go together? Be interested. Give us a call. 07934744679. Lovely to hear from good old Jeff. That's interesting. Floating Our Boat is out there and says, hello landlubbers, just finishing putting on clean linen, no mean feat on a narrow boat.
No, I can imagine.
Yeah, because I didn't really have much of an issue. Well, we didn't change the sheets, did we?
No, because we...
Didn't have them. They weren't ours. They were rented sheets.
Rented boat.
Rented boat came with rented sheets. It's a good job you didn't have to provide your own sheets.
Yes, it is lucky.
Yeah, just
Tell
saying.
you what, it's a shame that, when we boarded the second boat,
Yes.
Collingford, it's a shame that when, what do you call them?
I don't know.
Chambermaids.
Yes, chambermaids.
When one of the chambermaids was, she came up to me and she asked if we wanted extra bed linens, and I so wish I'd said yes.
Oh, why?
So next time, always say yes, because if you don't need it, you don't need it. Rather have it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, caller. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, obviously. Hello, caller.
It's me, Voby, but I'm having difficulty with my voice today, so if my voice goes, you know how it is.
Okay.
It's so good to hear that lovely voice.
It is lovely to hear you. All the way from what part of America are you calling from?
I am in Ferdinand, Indiana, which if you were here, there is an abbey here, which is probably one of the oldest things in America. It would probably be the only interesting thing for you to visit in many, many miles.
Now, hang on. Just hold on there a second there, Jeff. I'm going to send you the drone so that you can take some drone footage around it. How lovely. What is it, a grey abbey, or is it what kind of colour stone? Describe it to us.
I'm afraid that I would not even begin to
Oh,
describe
yes, of
what
course.
color it is.
Yes, that's silly me. I put my foot right in it there, didn't I?
Colourblind.
Colourblind, yeah. So tell us about the colour. What's it like being colourblind? What are some of the things that you have to deal with?
Well, when I went home this last time a couple months ago, I walked in and I was wearing my flip-flops, and my sister informed me that they were different colors. I probably have been wearing them that way for months. So,
That must be, and I guess if you don't know, and you don't know why people might be giving you a strange eye, and it could be all sorts of different reasons in your mind, but to them it might just be your flip-flops are the wrong colours.
Maybe you should get your most trusted family member or to write on the colour on the bottom.
Red.
that's what we do. That's what we do when we play Uno. You know, the card game Uno.
Oh, yeah. You just don't think about it if you're not colourblind.
That's right. There's so many things that you take for granted if you don't have those afflictions.
Yeah, when they buy a new deck, they mark them for me. They write on them what color they are, so I can play, because I like to play Uno.
It's a good game.
So
we know what to play when Jeff comes over.
Yeah, definitely. When you come over, you come and visit us on our canal boat. We'll play a game of Uno with you.
I love to play Uno. Usually, my trick for getting by with being colorblind is I wear a lot of blue and a lot of gray.
Right. So how do you perceive colours then? Do you see no colour at all, or do you get the wrong hue, or how does it work?
Well, I'm red-green colorblind, what they call red-green colorblind, but I hate telling people that because I am really colorblind.
Right. So when you see a stop sign that's red, you can't see that it's red. Is that right?
No, the trick here in the States is if it's a blinking light at an intersection, if it's red, it has a white stripe.
So they've thought of that. Isn't that good? Because there's a lot of people who must be colourblind or have some sort of affliction with the eye. I mean, I have one missing. And in England, we haven't thought of that, because you could do something to our traffic lights, for example, just to make it a little, although the position of them, I suppose, gives it away.
I wouldn't drive over there for $1 million because all of my tricks would not work. Like here, red's always on top and green's always on the bottom, unless you're somewhere where they have hurricanes, and then red's on the left and green's on the right.
Yeah, wow. If you move the position, then I can see that would be an absolute disaster.
Well, lucky for you, Jeff, when you come over here, you will be chauffeured around.
Yeah, the lovely Julia is a great driver.
That would be quite wonderful. I would not even, especially since that lady did bad things and then ran away, I would not even. The diplomat's wife, she did bad things, and
well, you will be very well looked at. You cut out then a little bit just there, so we missed a bit of it, but we got the gist of it, and you would be very much looked after. Whilst you're on the line, what's the situation with how open are you in America? We're now, I don't want to get into a big COVID discussion on today's show, but I'm just curious about. We're closing sections of the UK down, which is a bit confusing for everybody. What's it like in America?
I'm in Indiana now, and really, to be honest with you, since I got here, I haven't been out of the truck. But Illinois, when you went in the truck stops, you had to have a mask. Missouri, you didn't. Kansas, you didn't. Colorado, you didn't. It just depends on the state.
Right. Are you informed as you go, or is it down to you to try and find out? Or is it just obvious?
Signs on the door.
Oh, signs on
the door. Yeah, it says state order, you must wear a mask or something to that effect.
Fantastic. Well, I'm glad you're still working, because a lot of people are out of work here. The trucks presumably are the lifeblood in America, because you don't have the same. You have freight on your trains, but they're not as. What am I trying to say? The network isn't as comprehensive.
We made it through the slow time. It's going to get pick up for us, because in the winter we haul farm chemicals and seed and stuff. So
farm chemicals. Yes.
We're entering our busy time.
Ah, right. Oh, that's good. Well, at least you're in work. That's the main thing.
And my apologies to Andrew Norris for being a traitor and hauling chemicals.
Well, you've got to live. You know, you've got to live. We've got some dodgy chemicals in the studio.
What colour does that look like to you, Jeff?
Have you got the screen in front of you?
It'll take you a few minutes.
No, I don't. I'm in my truck, and I shut everything down so we don't get feedback.
Ah, no, well done. That's
Good thinking.
What a wise man.
Oh, ever so wise.
So there we are. Oh, well, it's so nice to talk to you, Jeff. I've been meaning to try and have a private chat with you, but life's just been a bit hectic recently.
Andrew says you are forgiven, Jeff.
That means a lot to me.
Yeah, yeah. You're a good man, Jeff.
I will talk to you guys later. Take it easy.
Yeah, you too, and look after yourself, and make sure you don't get those flip-flops the wrong way round. Cardinal sin.
You can wear your flip-flops however the heck you want to.
Oh, bless.
It was lovely to hear your voice. Thanks for calling in.
Look after yourself, Jeff.
Thank you. Talk to you later.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.
Ah, there we go. The lovely Jeff Kellison there, all the way from Ferdinand, did he
Indiana.
say? Indiana. I was peering round because I was sure that I always have a tea towel in the studio just to mop up because we've had a drink. We've managed to get the Julia has poured
pink
some
lemonade.
of this. Yeah. So cheers, big ears.
Elaine Whitelock says, is that full of sugar? Is that drink full of sugar? Oh, what is wrong with me today? Yes, it is. It's a nice treat, isn't it?
Cool. It's cold and fizzy still. I'll tell you what's in it.
That is cold.
It's made with pure rose oil and natural botanical extracts from the sugar plantations from all over the world. Oh no, I made the last bit up. No artificial sweeteners, flavourings or preservatives. The ingredients are carbonated water, sugar. That's not an artificial sweetener though, is it? Clarified lemon juice from concentrate, 7%, glucose syrup. Oh my God, natural flavourings, don't look at it. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm on a sugar-free diet, as you know, ladies and gentlemen. And it's very rare for me to have any drink. I don't drink any fizzy pops, you know that, don't you?
Yeah, next time we should just read the ingredients before picking something like that up anyway.
Well, I think it's mostly obvious that anything that's in a
yeah, I
bottle
know,
in a
but
shop
when you break it down like that, you know, it spoils the moment.
I know. Yes, thanks, Kerry. You've just killed us.
Elaine Whitelock, actually.
Oh, sorry, Kerry. Didn't mean to blame you. Elaine Whitelock. Thanks. You've just killed us.
Let's have a bold explorer moment.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
I can't even. What's it caught on?
Oh, it's caught. It's not a very long lead, and it's caught, if you pull it, don't pull it. In other words, because there's it's caught on all the spaghetti of. I'll just have to move forward.
Yeah, you will.
Yep. What's up, dog?
Yeah. Anyway, that's fun.
So there we go. Right, time for another video, and we'll have a look at your comments. Let's do the videos first, though. And Gabriel has continued with his wonderful chap who was looking at Wells Cathedral.
Yes.
And there is more revelations in this one. Stand back, pin your ears, and prepare to learn a little bit of architectural history.
You want me to explain how to tell the time by it?
Oh, yes, please.
It's based on a pre-Copernican view of the universe. In pre-Copernicus, it was believed that everything revolved around the Earth. So the Earth is depicted on the clock with a little knob in the middle.
So is this a similar system to the Mappa Mundi? Because that's centred on Jerusalem, I believe, isn't it?
Mappa Mundi, yes. So it's a 24-hour clock face. At midday, the sun is directly overhead, and the big star there depicts the sun, which is just on 11, or coming up for 11, and it will be heading for 12, and midnight is down the bottom. The minutes ring is next in, and that was a later addition to the clock. The next dial in goes 1 to 60, and there's a small star on that, which now says coming up for 48. The next in is a moon phase display, and the pointer there goes round on the ring, which also moves, and it tells the number of days since new moon, and within that disc is a further inset disc, which shows a graphical display of how much moon one would see looking at the sky tonight. And it's about a quarter moon, isn't it?
I'd happily wear that as a watch face. I think it's wonderful.
I thought it'd make a nice app to sell. And opposite the graphical display, there's a little figure. There's a depiction of Phoebe, the Roman goddess of the moon. She's weighted so that she always stays the same way up. Of course, the moon always keeps the same face to us.
Yes.
And the inscription, Sic Peregrat Phoebe, thus travels the moon. And then we've got the four winds in the corner, blowing, and above the automaton, the joust. And of course, we tend to think of jousting as being military. It was a sport with military overtones. I've heard various speculations as to why we had this. I have heard tell that Salisbury's clock is very similar to the original Wells clock, and the speculation is that when the bishop was translated from Salisbury, he came here and brought his clockmaker with him. At Salisbury, I believe there's a story that they had an automaton which depicted the wise men, and they offered gifts to the baby Jesus, who reached out and took them. If it's not true, it's a nice story. Wells had to have what was on the shelf, which turned out to be the joust.
So at the time this was originally built, the original clock, how common were clocks? Were they just cathedrals and great public buildings that had them?
The purpose of the clock was to give a time signal by a bell, and so that services could be attended. And the original clock wouldn't have been accurate enough to count minutes, but it didn't matter. They'd no real use for minutes in medieval times. It's only us who were money rich and time poor. The moon phase display is an interesting one. Why? Well, if you know the phase of the moon and the date, you can calculate when Easter falls. And it may be that some people used it to guide planting, other aspects of agriculture. Some people still do.
And this has an outer face so that the general public can see it. Or was that a later edition?
Later. It's a later edition. It was about 80 years after this clock. And it's very hard to tell the story in a kind of an orderly manner. But the vicar's choral, the men who came and sang the services, starting at 2 in the morning, their dining room is not accessible.
Up on the bridge there.
Up beyond the bridge.
Yeah.
And there was a squint so that one could keep an eye on the clock to make sure that they turned up for the service. And the inscription on the clock says, Nequid pereat, which translates as, let nothing perish or let nothing be wasted, meaning don't waste your time.
How accurate is this clock?
It keeps time to about a second a week. The knight who keeps getting knocked off has been replaced once. Jack is contemporaneous with the clock, but he's been moved around the corner and he's been repainted in a more Elizabethan style.
And the clock dates too?
The original clock, the first date we have for a clock is 1392. That mechanism is alive and well and keeping time in the Science Museum, and it would not have been accurate enough to allow minutes to be shown. So the clock face has been modified, and there's evidence behind of that. And a Victorian clock was installed in the 1800s and wasn't quite up to the job, so the present clock dates from 1880, and that's a wonderful piece of Victorian clockmaking art, well worth a look on a Hype Arts tour. Not only, like the clock in the Houses of Parliament, is it regulated by moving small queens on and off the pendulum, it has a Grimthorpe double gravity escapement. Now you can tell all your friends that.
What's the time, Mr. Wolf? What's the time, Mr. Wolf? What's the time? Time to go down to Wells and have a look at the clock. How fascinating, and what a lovely clock. I'd wear that as a wristwatch. I'd like it as a grandfather.
Time you should get a watch.
Yes, it is time. I actually have got watches, but I do very rarely wear them. Because I have on my telephone.
Yeah,
My
that's the reason
portable
my
mobile telephone that I carry around with me.
that's the reason my watches never get a new battery. Plus, where does do new batteries for your watch these days?
Yeah, where'd you get new batteries for your watch? And here's a question for you. Can you get a watch with a old-fashioned dial? You know how people like a bit of vintage, don't they?
Old-fashioned dial.
Well, in the old days, you had a telephone like this that you could dial, you know. I would like a watch that you could dial up. Oh, that's a clock, isn't it? Yeah, no, that's... No,
You're
wait, one's a
confusing
telephone. Yes.
telephone and a tele.
No, I didn't mean that. I
And a
meant...
watch.
No, I didn't mean that. Scrub that. Start again. Edit that out in the edit.
Yep, I
Can
edited.
anyone, where can you get a phone, a portable mobile phone is what I meant, with a dial on it
Oh, right, yes.
There
You
must-
can actually get apps.
that has a dial on
Yep,
it? Oh.
there's an app for that.
Oh, that's all right. That's what I want. I want one of them on my phone, so it's a bit more old-fashioned, so I can dial. Oh God, there's an emergency! Quick, 9 tick 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 9 tick 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 9 tick 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 tick. What service do you want? I can't remember now. Having dialed your number, there was an emergency. It's all my house is now a cinder box. I left it in the Essie. Oh.
Jewelers and cobblers.
What?
Do watch
Don't
batteries.
you say that to me.
Jewelers and cobblers. Yes.
Do watch batteries.
Yes. Robert Croser says, I got a 50-year-old watch for my 50th birthday. But that's nice.
Yes.
Time for his call, says Barry Hughes.
Whose call?
Was it maybe Glastonbury?
Oh, yes. Is it?
Now you've got me doing it.
What's
His
that?
name is Gabriel.
His name is Gabriel, and he sings like a harpoonist. Harpsichordist.
Aha.
Anyway, the number to dial is 079347467409321 499 3062. If you can't remember that number, there's one on the screen which is easier to dial. If you've got one of those special phones.
You know, I wavered while you were doing all that. I wavered backwards and forwards. Oh, yeah, he's telling the real one. No, wait, he's making it all up. No, he's telling the real. And, yeah,
And in the end, I did make it all up. Anyway,
my brain hurts.
what?
I've been back home for a week.
but you were away with me for a week.
Yes, I know. I know. And it was a break. It was a change, you know. A change is as good as a break.
I've been back home for a week.
Now I need another one.
Hello, caller.
Good evening, give me 2 seconds. Hello, how are you?
Yes, we're very well, thank you very much. Do you know, I thought I was in an echo chamber for a moment there. And I've been back for a week. What? What are you talking about?
Sorry about that. I had to turn the jolly old computer thing down.
Oh, that's
Well,
all
I
right.
heard my name mentioned, so I thought I'd ring up.
Oh,
Lovely to hear Jeff earlier.
yeah.
Yes, wasn't it?
Good old Jeff. Now, here's a question then, between you and Jeff. Did you get the other jacket?
There's another jacket. I've got 2 jackets for Christmas
Yes.
lined up,
Yeah.
and an ugly jumper. And in America, they have this amazing tradition where they send each other an ugly jumper.
Oh, we haven't seen
and
them in
I've
the
got
videos yet, though.
No. Well, it's not really jumper and thing seasons. And the 2 jackets I've got so far are very Christmassy.
Oh.
So I should be breaking those out closer to the festive time if we have one this year.
Yes,
but there
that's
are some more jackets in the post, apparently, which I'm eagerly awaiting.
Yes.
And if they're too big, I should take them to that lovely tailor that you saw the other week, Ashok, and get him to make them fit properly.
Oh, yes, wasn't he a lovely chap?
Isn't he a good geezer?
I left you, by the way, could everyone just close your ears for a minute?
Yeah, the answer is yes,
Oh, right,
basically.
okay, cool. Thank you.
Yes. One of the reasons I rang up was just to say yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, more about that if I get the
Yes, absolutely. By the way, I remember what I wanted to talk to you about on the last show.
Oh,
You started
good.
off by talking about your sorting office and its hours.
Yes.
Yours just open until midday, is it?
Yeah, well, on the Friday it was open from 8 till 12. So what is that?
Oh,
9,
lucky
10,
thing.
11, 12.
What's
4
it?
hours.
Oh, your post office.
Not the
Well,
post.
you're
No, the
lucky.
sorting. No, the sorting are for collecting parcels. That when you know one of those. You weren't in. You weren't in. You swine. Now we've had to take it all the way back.
Well, consider yourself lucky you got on until 12 o'clock. Ours
Yes.
now is open from 7 till 9. No, 7 till 9 on Monday, 8 till 10 Tuesday, closed on Wednesday, 8 till 10, I think, on
These are. I'm
Thursday.
I'm
That's
assuming.
ridiculous.
I'm assuming these are morning.
These are in the morning.
Yeah,
These are in the
the-
morning, yeah. And I think 8 till 10 on a Friday. And then that's it. It's crap. And you know, the annoying thing is, The buggers are in there working. They could just open the door and serve you.
They could do, but...
And I've spoken to people in there, and they can't understand it either. It's just not set up for local businesses or the convenience of local people. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
But have they changed them recently? Because I mean, mine used to be open at 7:30 in the morning to about 7 at night.
Yes, we were like that as well. I mean, ours was
standard hours.
8 in the morning till 6 at night.
Yeah.
5-6 days a week. In fact, it didn't happen on a Sunday. Then we had the COVID thing.
Yeah.
And they went to these ridiculous hours. They were open from 7 till 9, I think, every day. Then they went back to the sort of 8 till 6 o'clock in the evening thing. And I thought, great. And then without any warning, they dropped back to these stupid hours again for no reason. Nobody understands why, even the postman.
It is. I mean, it's very odd because I mean, if you're in a full lockdown, I could understand them. Not many people would need to go back because they're all in their house. But people are still working. Presumably, you're working in Glastonbury. People do leave their houses, so the postman can go there and go, "Oh, there's nobody in. What do I do with this? Oh, I'll take it back and put it in the sorting office." And so then the people get home from work and go, "Oh, there's a red card. Oh, I'll just nip down and get it." And go, "Oh, no, I can't get it. I've got to go in the morning. Oh, but I can't get it in the morning because I'm sodding working."
Yeah, well, this arrived on a Tuesday. I missed the postman by 10 minutes. And, of course, by then, the local sorting office is shut and they don't get it back till the afternoon. So I couldn't go back that day for it. And it was closed on the Wednesday. It was sodding Thursday before I could get it.
So you can get them to reschedule their delivery, though, can't you? You can do that.
You can get it sent back. And if I tried that, I thought, oh, the sorting office is open, I'll get it redelivered tomorrow. No, the earliest redelivery was Thursday.
Yes, that's what I found.
So maybe 2 days, whatever they did.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I found that. The one on Friday, I couldn't pick it up on a Friday, so I looked on there and it said we can deliver it Monday. And I thought, so, okay, what time are you open on Saturday then? And they were open from 8. And I went there at 8. And there was 5 people already lined up because they knew we've only got 4 hours. And as I left, there was another, 3 or 4 people had joined and it's 1 in, 1 out.
And they wonder why people are switching from the post office to couriers. No wonder, is it?
Yeah, no wonder.
They're shooting themselves in the foot. Lovely bubbles, Julia.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. So that was what you wanted to talk about last week. What did you want to talk about this week?
That was it, really, just to say yes. And how nice it was to hear Jeff.
Yes.
Oh, and I'm actually, I'm in right upside down at the moment because my studio, I have a big desk that's too big for the room. 4 people can sit around it, and none of them comfortably. So I've managed to get 2 second-hand office desks, proper ones, quite big ones, and I'm just completely ripping out my room here so that I can rebuild my studio from the ground up. The reason being that with the winter coming in, I'm not going to be able to get out and film every day, so I can do studio-based videos from here, from the office.
I'm glad you're rebuilding it from the ground up. I did try once doing it from the ceiling down, but,
and everything falls off, doesn't it?
Yeah, doesn't it? Like a lot of my jokes. Thank you very much.
So that's what I'm doing at the moment.
Oh well, that sounds great. I'm looking forward to seeing you in your snazzy Christmas jackets, doing a newsy type thing. Are you going to do some lives?
Yeah, I might do some lives when I get a few more people. Once I get up to I'm up to I think 200, just under 300 subscribers.
If you enjoy Gabriel's videos, do go over to YouTube and look out for Glastonbury Gabriel and do subscribe. He's a good chappie.
Thank you.
He rings in. He must be broke.
My plan is to get up to about 4, maybe 500 subscribers and launch a Patreon channel, and then because I want to be able to spend more time doing this, making better videos and getting further afield and going out and about. And,
I've heard that. Hang on a minute.
It does sound rather familiar.
It's a familiar sound. Now, where have I heard that buzzing about? In whose head? Yeah, let me think. But enjoyed your the clock thing. Is there any more of the cathedral thing? Is there any more of that?
We're about halfway round. I was there 2 hours with the guy.
Wow.
And I shot loads of videos. So because it was basically I met him at work. I was fixing his trike. He's got a recumbent trike, that guy, and he did
what trike? A recumbent?
A recumbent. No, 3-wheelers that are really low down on the ground, and then you go feet first. One of them.
Oh.
And he did a bike ride from Taunton to Wells, which is about 40 miles, and we sorted his bike out at work for him before he did it, and we got talking. And I said, I'm on YouTube. I'd love to come round to the cathedral. And he said, oh, I'm actually, would you like? Oh, blah blah. Yes, please. So I had a full tour of the cathedral, lasting over 2 hours.
Wow.
The only downside of it was when we started off at the west front, and there was somebody out there with a spray, and the audio was unusable.
Oh, yes, I remember you showing us that. Yeah, no.
But it's amazing because I tell you now, there's actually holes in amongst the fabric of that west front. And what they used to do, they used to get people with like musical instruments and voices up there, and they would sing, and the music would come out of these holes, and it'd be like emanating from the west end of the cathedral.
Blimey.
Yeah, and if you listen to the first, I think it's the first or the second, probably the second one, I don't remember. He was talking about up in the choristry at the top, they had people hidden up there. And it's all about sort of awe and amazement, because all these sounds would be coming from all over the place, but you wouldn't be able to see where they're coming from.
I once worked as a security guard at the Royal Festival Hall on the South Bank. And the security guards could get up right into the gantry above the orchestra. And they were taking me, when they were taking me round, one of the lazy guards there, he said, oh yeah, we often come up here when the orchestra is in full thing and there's an audience. And especially with the big brass things like the French horn or whatever they are. And he said, we try and gob from the gallery and see if we can get it down into the tuba, I think, which...
How nice. I'm a violin player.
And I just thought...
I am not laughing. That is grim.
I know, I thought I was absolutely horror-struck, but now
Now you're laughing your socks off.
Oh my God, where are my socks? But
They soggy socks as well.
Thanks for
Stick them in the Essie.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me about that.
No, the freezer.
Glastonbury, Gabriel, we better go.
Yes, have a great safe journey on Wednesday. I hope the van works out.
Thank you very much. I'll let you know.
Plan A will come as part of that. And also, I will do you a short video, maybe give you a break from the cathedral on Friday, and hopefully a quick tour around my new studio.
Oh, lovely. Look forward to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I'm going to get into the rafters and see if I can gob down on the tuba player.
Absolutely.
Good stuff. Take care.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye. There we are. The wonderful Gabriel from Glastonbury, who is a real person. And he does these delightful videos. So there we are. Any interesting comments, lovely Julia?
Yes, we have had lots of... Oh, Joe Timesplitters says, I'm forever blowing bubbles. Oh, Michael Jackson's favourite song.
Michael Jackson's favourite song?
Yeah, he had a monkey...
called Bubbles.
Chimpanzee called Bubbles.
I wouldn't have got that joke. Well, I didn't, as you can see.
Didn't. Connor's Dark Corner says, I can't go far as I can't get a car as my licence was sent to me with the wrong birthday on it.
Oh!
Don't!
That's really... That's
annoying.
Gosh, imagine that.
Yeah. What have we got?
And was it years out? That's what I want to know. I mean, it's like, if you're a young fella as you are and you get one and it says, oh yes, it says here I was born in 1932. That would be hilarious.
That would be ridiculous. There was a comment I meant to repeat when Glastonbury Gabriel was still on the line. No, go pick it.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you've messed it up.
I was just trying to
there
find
you go. Nigel Sadler, 2 wheels at the front or the back, Glastonbury?
2 wheels of what at the front and the back?
Of the recliner bike thing.
Oh, recliner bike. Yes. I thought he said...
recumbent. Was it
yes, that's what I thought he said. Recumbent. I didn't know quite what he meant by recumbent vicar or something. Yes.
Andy Dalglish says, loved the canal trip videos. On the cut, it's not so much who pays the ferryman, it's more who pays the dunny man at the pump out. It's true.
Yes. Who's
Very
the
true.
dunny man then?
Dunny is an
the
Australian
toilet.
slang word for toilet.
Oh, yes, that's right, because we did have a bit of a thing with that going at some point in the long-distance history of life, the universe, and Dunny McLeod.
Josephine Suter says, crikey!
Crikey! Absolutely.
Oh, tickles.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. When we were going to hear Julia sing on the Vobes show, we had a glimpse of her singing whilst helming the canal boat. We did.
Yeah, I've sung a few times on the Vobes show.
She
I'll
has
save
got
your
a lovely.
ears.
She has got a lovely voice, ladies and gentlemen. She's very disparaging about her own self.
Well, I don't know many people who like their own voice, but...
Oh, don't you? No, I don't. I can't. I cannot imagine.
Present company
accepted.
Completely excluded.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right. Charming, that is. Yeah, I do a lot of
you're
chores.
not denying it, are you?
I didn't deny a thing. Say I was born in 96, a few days after my sister. I'm 98 though. Oh, Windows 98. That was all right. What was wrong with Windows 98? I hear you ask. Not a lot.
Born in 98, only 22.
22.
22 years
Can you
young.
imagine being 22
I've almost
again?
forgotten.
Yeah, I'm going to be 23 next year. Cheers, Gigi. I have ridden one the other way.
Yes, because he answered, said front, as in the double wheels at the front.
Oh, right. How many wheels at the back then?
One,
Just one. So it's a triangular bike.
I think.
Oh, he did say it was a trike, a low trike.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, okay, fair dues.
I didn't know they were called recumbent.
Is that because you're reclining?
Yeah,
Is that what recumbent means?
I guess so.
Yeah. You learn something a lot on this show, don't you? Like, what is the next video, ladies and
What
gentlemen?
is the next video?
I think the next video is... Oh, well, we've got three to go, and we've got the time's running out. Let's switch over to my former self. Ladies and gentlemen, switch over to my former self. Andrew Norris knows what I'm talking about. Let's just go back in time for a moment. Can you do that sort of thing? No, it'd be good, yes. It'd be good to make them, wouldn't it? It would be good to make them. I'm sure that Julia is very artistic. I used to make puppets with papier-mâché. I'm sure I could do it. What we need is somebody to make the costumes. Why don't we do this?
What ho, what ho.
What ho to you. Mr. Norris, how are you?
Indeed. I'm good. Following on from this puppet thing, back in the 70s I was working with a puppet theatre and I did make some puppets, but these were out of wood.
Oh, right.
But I could try and make something out of papier-mâché.
Hello, Vobes. I gave myself the task of making 2 puppet heads for Richard, and I've collected all the necessary material. I've got research material. These are the heads that I'm going to make. Vaseline, balloons, a sharp knife, newspaper, water, wood glue, and some of my most brilliant ideas come in my sleep. And I came up with the idea of cutting this top off a plastic bottle to make the collar for the template for the head to stand on. The finger will go up inside and the clothing will rest on the collar of the bottle. So I will get on with it and show you what I do. Here we go. Hello, Vobes. This is day 2 of my puppet making enterprise, and so far I've come up with this. The glue has dried. The balloon I've managed to extract from inside, and I tried building up the cheeks and the eyebrows, but I'm not very happy with it. So I went out and I got some plaster of Paris and sandpaper. So I'll try and shape the cheeks a bit, soften the nose, put some more pronounced eyebrows, let that dry, and then I'll paint it and see how it looks after that. Here we have the model, and the plaster actually went on very well. So I'll wait till it dries and then sand it down, and then I'll paint it. It's the end of day 2 and I've come up with this. I'm not very happy with the painting of the face. I'm not very good at faces, but I will have another go next week, see if I can improve upon it. And then I will get a piece of cloth, like so, and that'll be her. It's day 3 and I have to admit that I'm struggling a bit. I don't know how to paint faces. People have never been a part of my work. I mean, I have my research material, but it's not so helpful. And I tried drawing the eyes with a pencil, but when I try and rub out a mistake, it makes such a mess, so I'll have to repaint over the whole thing and give it some thought and come back to it next week. But for now, bye-bye.
But
Well,
for now,
how about that?
bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So what we...
Lovely.
That's brilliant. I laughed my socks off when I looked at that a few days ago when it came in. So a few days have passed. I don't know. I know that Andrew has been down at the village, so he's not been able to do anything. As he said, he can't do it till next week. So Andrew, how's it going? And have you made any progress? I thought it was brilliant. Julia mentioned. Say what you mentioned about the papier-mâché.
Well, it looked like you've cut the newspaper or the paper up very neatly. I'd usually just tear it, but not that I've actually done paper mache for a long time.
No, and I remember when I was a kid doing this stuff, because I used to make these puppets and do these puppet shows when I was really small. Excuse me. And we used to get newspaper, scrunch it up into a ball. I think we must have used some sort of glue, like wallpaper glue. And mash that and shape it. You ended up with quite a heavy head, it is true, and you would shape that and then just put the final bits with paper over the top of that just to bulk it out a bit, and as you did there, form the things, but nothing as intricate as yours. And then you'd have a hole to shove your finger up there, and then you could operate the puppet. Oh, that's the way to do it.
Andrew says, I made a giant sycamore wing today from wire and plaster. I'm in that kind of mood.
Okay, we might be waiting some time then. It's gone on to sycamore trees.
Interestingly, Kerry Baldwin said, I had a yellow kitchen in my first flat. It was always sunny, even when it rained. Yeah, I do like yellow kitchens for that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're continually bright and cheerful.
Yeah.
Ah. That was brilliant, Andrew. Really enjoyed that.
Fantastic.
And it was great to see how you work and how you think. And I love the idea of the collar of the bottle. In fact, we've got a bottle here, and we could just smash that off there and lacerate our fingers to...
Why not?
Yeah, so that there's, real blood inside the puppet. Can I give you that back?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Josephine asked me something.
Okay.
What did she say?
I don't know.
Oh, there. Julia, how old were you in 98? I don't believe more than 10. Well, I was more than 10.
She was 86, weren't you?
If looks could kill.
Yeah.
I'd be calling 999.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because sorry, I don't want to kill you. Good stuff.
Yeah. How old was I in 98?
I don't know.
Well, 98 was the year I left school, so 15, 16.
Oh, so only 5 years older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
100
years.
No, not 100 years. Blimey, 98. What was I? I think I was still in nappies in 98. I had made Snug and Cozy by then. Shush. Anyway, had I really? Yes, I had.
Yeah, I think you had.
I had, 96 and 97 Snug and Cozy. Blimey. Cozy! Do you know, I was thinking, funny enough, there was nobody in the house today, so I could be silly with myself. And I was thinking about... This might not surprise people, but I was just thinking about Snug and Cozy. I don't know what triggered this, but I was thinking about Snug and Cozy, my children's TV series, and we spoke in gobbledygook. And now I wish we didn't had spoken in gobbledygook. And I don't know whether anybody does this. You write a play in your head or a film script, talking the characters. And I was going through Haunted House, the episode we did, in which Snug and Cozy kick a ball into a house and it turns out to be a haunted house and they have to go in and collect the ball and there's a ghost. And I was doing all the dialogue. And I really enjoyed myself. Anyway, I thought, it's a shame. I'd love to have done that as a...
By the way, a recumbent bicycle is a bicycle that places the rider in a laid-back reclining position. Most recumbent riders choose this type of design for ergonomic reasons. The rider's weight is distributed comfortably over a larger area, supported by back and buttocks.
What does ergonomic mean?
Ergonomic, designed for purpose, as in specifically to human body. Or for whomever the
Are they more
product is for.
Comfortable then? Is that what it is?
They look
like you're because you're reclining back. But are you using more energy or less? You can't be using any more energy. I guess, unless it's geared differently. Or is it easier to ride that way?
Yeah, I don't know.
Answers on a postcard. And if not,
I'd love to have a go on one.
answers somewhere else. If anyone wants to give us a tinkle on 07934746790, wait. Because
We have another video.
Richard McGowan has been out. Now, we went on a canal trip recently.
Did we?
Yeah, I don't know whether you noticed. And we had to open some of those gates.
Lock gates?
The keys. We opened the keys. Oh, no, not keys. Locks.
Locks.
Yeah, but keys. And it's slightly different.
It's too Monday for this.
It's too, yes. So this is a different type of lock, but it's a sea lock.
Right.
You've heard of
yes.
You've heard of a sea change
And a sea lion.
and a sea lion. Well, this is a Sinclair C5 sea lock. See it now.
Just as on a canal, lock gates can be used to maintain the levels of water within a harbour or a marina like this one. To keep your grandson entertained as well. The inner gates have been opened to allow the jet skis to pass through, but also the locks obviously used by large commercial vessels too. The gates will be closed on the inside. When that's happened, the water levels will be equalised. The outer gates will be open. In this case, to allow this motor cruiser in from the open sea. And here we are entering the lock, pulling up alongside the pontoon. We tie up onto the pontoon, which is fixed to the wall on sliding rails which raise and lower along with the water level inside the lock, as it's being adjusted to the levels either inside or outside the harbour depending on the state of the tide. Some more vessels enter in behind us through the inner gates. Once they're all in and securely tied up, the operator in the control tower will close the inner gates, adjust the water level with the sluices on the outer gates to lower the inside of the lock down to the level of the outer harbour, before we're allowed to untie and proceed out into the Solway. The gates have opened, which are allowed to untie. We head off out and catch some fresh fish for our tea. Ready to go back in, we radio the lock keeper to ask him to open the outer gates to allow us in. Join the other boat already in there. The levels inside the lock are adjusted to match the inside of the harbour. We open the inner gates and we're about to proceed into the harbour.
Well, there we go. How about that? Didn't know that the sea had locks as well, that there would be a need for the change in level. But I suppose, there you go, you learned something.
Yeah, no, I was aware that some marinas have locks because...
Submarines, did you say?
Some marinas.
Oh, some marinas. Sorry, I thought it meant submarines there.
No.
Because I know they do go up and down.
Like Port Solent.
I like a nice port, even in the... Sorry.
Like Port Solent in Portsmouth, in Hampshire. Because the otherwise the sea would be,
sea would.
Yeah, no,
I
the
see.
sea would rise and stuff. So it's a more tranquil marina if they have it closed.
Oh, so it's more like an air. Like an airlock. You're not so much going up
like
and down.
An airlock, but a waterlock.
But a waterlock.
Yeah.
So it's not like a canal lock that you're trying to fill it up with water.
No, with the canal lock, that the difference between the waters going to be more or less the same, apart from when there's a little bit more rainfall than usual. But with the sea, it rises and falls a lot.
Wait,
no, I'm tired.
Sense.
No, I know.
That doesn't make sense. You're
no,
on a canal.
You're
going downhill.
You
go
into
a canal and you go down like that and you go like that. But I can see what you mean in a sea lock. It's to stop the sea is choppy.
And the sea rises and falls. It comes in and
goes
out.
And you've got the tide, and so the lock there is to.
Tide is the word I was looking for.
That's it.
Talking about tide, I'm tired.
Tired. So the lock is there to. When you said tranquil, it clicked with me. So you've got the tranquil marine, and then this is acting mariner, and the lock is acting as a lock because that's what it does. It's a barrier between the rough sea, or potentially rough sea, and it's that like an airlock. Yeah, got it.
We got there.
I was thinking that the water was like in a, I thought, why have they built the marina then up here? What?
Rick M said it. It prevents the harbour from drying out at low tide. That is essentially what I was trying to say.
Does it prevent the larder from drying out at half tide? Larder? Did I say larder? I meant harbour. Yeah. If you wanted to make that phone call to the Funny Farm and have me taken away,
please help us.
Then of course you're very welcome. 079347446. We have one more video which we will be placing on in a moment. It's the lovely Peter Lowry. We've saved him till last because he is superb and he has an interesting book. Oh, I don't want to give a spoiler.
Everyone who sends stuff in is superb.
I know. I'm not saying that he is any more superb than anybody else. I'm just saying he is superb. And he cheers us all up. And
he's headliner tonight, though.
He is headliner tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody else has just been warming us up for him. Joss Stick says Scottish country and western or heavy metal, but is it British? What does that mean?
Oh, the music?
Oh, interesting lock gates, and I thought it was a lock gate for a minute. Ah, yes, the old
where was that?
Scotland. They have lock. Have we? Sorry.
Oh, I see. Yes, as in lock, Scottish lake.
Yeah. Has it been proved that the Loch Ness monster is a thing? Has it been proved or disproved? Sorry, I poked my eye. It looks a bit ill now.
I don't want it to ever be either. It should remain a mystery forever.
Oh, yes, it should remain a mystery. Anyone seen that film, Oh, What a Whopper? I think I did that with...
Don't know, but there's lots of films about the Loch Ness monster.
Yes. This is the one it's not such a famous film, but I did watch a bit of it. We spoke about this about 6 months ago, I'm sure we did. And I'm just trying to think. It was a famous singer from the 60s. Who was the singer in Oh, What a Whopper? Blonde-haired bloke who came back with Love.
Blonde-haired bloke?
Yeah, blonde-haired bloke.
Singer.
And he came back in a TV series called Love. Adam Faith, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's all right. There we are, look. I got there before. Glyn, well done, Glyn. Got that. Adam Faith was in it. Oh, What a Whopper. Fantastic film. Well, actually, I watched bits of it. It's a bit naff. But I remember watching it as a kid thinking, wow, they got this in a tube and they pretended it was the... It seemed like such a good idea. Anyway, I've watched it since, some of it, and I thought...
Never seen it myself?
No, probably not worth it. Budge, Adam Faith. Oh, yeah, he was Budgie, wasn't he, in it? I think. Anyway.
You're asking me and
I'm asking you haven't seen it. No, it's a film from the thing. He was Budgie in a TV series. Oh, yes, that's right, that's right. But he was in Love Hurts or something. Love Actually or Love Something TV series. And I was on an episode and I met him. Oh, yeah, I forgot that. I was as an extra with Zoe Wanamaker, who had eyes that were too close together for anyone to look at. Anyway, I think we'll move on to our last and final video of the night, the one and only. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. I've recently bought this book from second-hand bookshop, Gilbert's Diary, from 1870 to 1879. It's life in the English countryside in mid-Victorian times. Now, Francis Kilvert was a curate at the church in Wiltshire, on the Wiltshire-Wales border, and he wrote in a notebook most days of what he was doing. These things were found in his notebooks were found in the 1930s, and they made a book out of it. Well, it's quite interesting. A lot of it is what he did every day. There's a map of the area where he lived, and there's all sorts of pictures in this book. And there actually is like Thursday, 29th of March, and then Thursday, April the 5th. All these things, he wrote down what he did, and it just shows you really how different life was in Victorian times. So now there's the cows, there's a house, there's lots of different pictures out there. There's a church, Worcester Cathedral, that was, which is still there. What's this? Broad Street, Hay on Wye. All these pictures. And there's the year started 1873. This was the last 1870 to 79, in the last 9 years of his life. He only lived till he was 39. And that was 1879 when he died. But his notebooks were found in the 1930s, and they wrote a diary. And really it is interesting. It's about what he did most days. And there, the Tollbridge keeper at Whitney on Wye said things were just so different in Victorian times to now. 1871. Really interesting old book. And also what I got recently was this old prayer book, which the really interesting thing about it is, it's from somebody's confirmation, there's his name, in November the 27th, 1930. And it was at the parish church, St Anne's on Sea. Well, it was done by the Bishop of Burnley, evidently. And I didn't know that there'd ever been a Bishop of Burnley, because we lived in Burnley in the 1980s, lived and worked in Burnley in the 1980s. I worked at psychiatric unit at Burnley General for, 7 years. And Burnley General Hospital's still there, but the psychiatric unit's long gone. And that is what attracted me to the book review when I saw the Bishop of Burnley, because I didn't even know there'd been one. Not uncertain that he would be over St Anne's on Sea, which is out Blackpool way. Anyway, it's a nice little book, 1930, with this in it. I like books with these plaques in the front. Anyway, hope you found them interesting. I've also bought a few other books of late, and I'll make another video about some of them. Anyway, bye.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
Oh, Peter, we love you. We love you. You're so funny. You're so funny. And what was staggering through there is your comment that you spotted as we were watching from Floating Our Boat.
Oh yeah, they're reading that book as well.
They're reading the diary of the thing.
I thought it was the other one. Oh yes.
Yeah, the big.
Yeah, the diary, the big one.
Yeah, the diary, the one. How interesting. What I think I've got it on a shelf somewhere. I've got a number of these books.
It wouldn't surprise me if you had it.
Yeah, I think I have. I haven't read it though, but fascinating to read that sort of thing. I often buy these sort of books because I keep thinking I'm going to do some video about it or use the information in a video, and I buy them and then they
sit on the shelf.
No, they do work for me very hard. When you're not around, they're cleaning and tidying and doing things. You're not here all the time, you know. I have a life.
No, I realise this.
As indeed
I have a household of my own to run.
Yes, I appreciate that. And that's when the books come out and they dance about and they do things. And or any, if Mr. Suggett pops round, which he does from time to time, they behave themselves. And all the characters in there.
I wish my books would misbehave when I'm not home.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to say to that. Anyway, lovely to see them, and we look forward to the other videos that you have, Peter, up your sleeve with those other books. Always keen to know what books you're reading. And interesting, I mean, now you've perked my interest there about the psychiatric... What?
Piqued.
Yes, you piqued my perky interest about the... What did you do? I'm interested to know what you did. Are you some boffin? Are you some psychiatric, somebody who would be able to,
What's that all about?
I don't know, psychotherapist, because I might need some help. I might need some, yes. 5G is getting to me. Zip, zip. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, coming up to 1:30. We've had a fun show. Hope you've had a fun show too. It's Monday, so it's the beginning of a working week for a lot of people. But for us, it's just another day, isn't it? Yeah. So that's all good. Anyway, fantastic. Pinky and Perky, says Days of Yore. Pinky and Perky. Oh, a book. Yeah, that
perks your interest.
Oh, perk my interest. Yeah, Pinky and Perky. All good fun. Anyway, we've had a lovely show. Thank you so much for coming along and joining in. It's great fun. As I say, no show on Wednesday. Hopefully back on Friday. And you never know, might do it live from a van. Probably not. But you never know, might do it. And hopefully there'll be a video, a little bit of something about the van. Mr. Suggett and I are going somewhere. We can't tell you where. For COVID alert reasons. And we will be doing a bit of sign language that nobody understands.
Peter Lowry says, I was a psychiatric nurse.
Oh, look at that. I told you he was a boffin. He was a clever man. He's a lovely gentleman, isn't he?
Yes.
Perfect. So I might need you. I might need to be a patient of yours one day. When
one day soon.
Yes, one day soon. When everybody sent me mad, I tell you, mad.
Everyone sent him mad.
Yes, mad. Anyway, there we go. Thank you so much. It's lovely to see you. Thanks to Judith out there who's been checking and making sure that everybody's been misbehaving.
Thanks, Judith.
Thanks, Judith. You're a star. We love you. Coming down to where you are, Deal. I was going to say coming down to Deal. I was trying to make a joke about fair deal. And a nice deal of a good deal of tea and cake.
Yeah, you just ruined it because
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I come down and show off my van.
Yeah.
That's the way to impress a lady.
He's going to be getting around.
Yeah. All locked up. Anyway, thanks to the lovely Julia for coming in.
Thanks to the lovely Richard for having me.
And thank you to you for all the videos. That's very kind of you. And we do appreciate them because without the show, we don't get time to go to the loo. So make sure that you keep sending in those videos. And, of course, the delightful phone call. Jeff, it was lovely to hear from you. And
it was really lovely.
It was really. And Gabriel.
It was really, really lovely.
It was really, really lovely. And
it was really, really...
Thank you for the affirmative. You know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So, Friday will be the next show. Hope you have a great time. Look after yourself. And that's it.
Yeah. Have a lovely week, everyone.
Have a lovely week. I better go and just swiddle this into the appropriate thing so that we can say arrivederci.
Need more bubbles.
Need more bubbles for the end.
Concentration of making bubbles. Let's see. There we go.
This is at Glastonbury. Gabriel bought Julia this.
So I've got to do that because I've got to try and use up all the bubble liquid. You know, once you've poured some out, it's there.
You could have... You could have got her a coffee maker. That would have been handy, you know, in the studio.
Might as well make me a Marmite maker.
Oh, a Marmite maker, true.
No, Marmite's definitely worse.
Anyway, until next time, take care, look after yourselves. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being there. Thanks for being great. And we'll see you later.
Till then, everyone.
Bye-bye. Bye.